I hope so, because I am so tired of having to do this stuff all over again. Because I have a habit of screwing something up on the live stream and then having to redo it. Like last time, I accidentally set the live stream to private. But it looks like it's on. So that's a good thing, I hope. Copy that. Paste that into here. Maybe. And then let's cross our fingers that this gets off without a hitch. Post now. So far so good. Now I'm just waiting on Zoho says yay. Cool. So let me get to the video. That way I can see everybody's chat. Mute. There you go. Alrighty. It is a kind of a warm day today. Actually not as warm as it was. It's been cooling down. In fact, things work a lot better once I fix the air conditioner. I figured out what was wrong with it. And it all came down to cleaning the filter that's on the water intake for the swamp cooler. Yeah, once that's clean, big difference. So I'm going to give this a second and see if anybody else joins the stream before I dive into my experiences with WordCamp. It was pretty cool. Never been to Omaha before, wasn't sure what to expect. Now my cat's clawing out the door because it's semi-closed. He can't figure out how to get in. Hey, Comics, how's it going? And this is the first live stream that I've ever started where I didn't set something private or the stream didn't get lost sending out into the ether. All the social media stuff worked out great, so I'm pretty excited for it. It actually worked. Oh, so let's see. I'm gonna grab some coffee here. Oh, I forgot to change my title. I'll usually title it with coffee, so going well. How about yourself? Yeah, it's going good. I turned off the air conditioner so that I could stream without it interfering with the mic, and it's already starting to get hot back here. But aside from that, things are going good. It was a really busy weekend. Went to Omaha, and yay, no hiccups. Hi. Oh, hi. Hello, Julie. Yeah, no hiccups. That's a first for me. Everything went off without a hitch this time. I think part of that, though, is because I actually spent the last 15-20 minutes making sure everything was spelt right and all the hashtags were there and making sure that everything was set to public and not private. So that makes a huge difference. But aside from that, yeah, everything's working good. Although I'm hearing a buzzing sound. I'm hoping it's not me. But yeah, it's getting warm already back here. And even though the air conditioner was on and the swamp cooler, and it got really cold in the house, as soon as I turned it off, though, it made a huge difference. I had to turn off the exhaust fan a little bit, turned it down to 1 so it's not blowing nearly as much hot air out. And so everything is just kind of sitting in this one room. And yeah, I wish I had central air. So anywho, well, let's dive into it. I was at Omaha WordCamp over the weekend. I left Friday. It's a 7.5 hour drive from here. And I've never been out to Omaha, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect. And it's the voices in my head. Yeah, all the buzzing. No, I think it was actually somewhere outside. It was kind of faint, but it sounded like a real beep, beep. Anyway. So I wasn't really sure what to expect heading out to Omaha. I was expecting it to look a lot like the drive between Denver and Sterling, which is northeastern Colorado. And there's like nothing out there. It's all dead. It's a little bit greener this year because we've been so wet, but it's pretty barren and kind of flat, and it's a really boring drive. So I'm thinking, great. This is going to be another boring drive through Nebraska. It's going to drive me nuts for 7.5 hours. And actually, on our way through Nebraska, I was pleasantly surprised. They had far more green than we did. It was amazing. There were trees. We were driving along the Platte River for the majority of it. And so the way into Omaha was just amazing and not nearly what I thought it was going to be. And a lot of standing water, so I guess we missed one hell of a rainstorm, but it was pretty cool. So we're coming into Omaha, and like in Denver, I'm used to my skyscrapers, so you can see the skyscrapers in Denver from just about anywhere in the metro area, even miles out there. But as we're coming into Omaha, it's quite hilly, and I didn't really see any really tall buildings, so it kind of disappointing because I love cities. But there was a lot of people there. It reminded me of downtown Denver, like on one of the streets reminded me of Colorado Boulevard, which is, if you haven't been to Denver, it's one of our busiest streets. And it did look just like Colorado, the way the buildings were set up, and it was weird. It was just like, did I go home? And even though parts of Omaha looked like downtown Denver, we'd go off and explore a little bit of the other buildings in the area, and it looked like a lot of my hometown of Ogden, Utah. And so I was like, holy crap, it's like this Omaha is almost perfect for my home. It's like weird. And so we got in and got to the hotel, which was the Hampton Inn. And I love Hampton Inn. Their beds and pillows are just amazing. As soon as my head hit the pillow, I didn't want to get up. So I had to take a pillow apart to see what brand it was. I didn't really rip it apart or anything. I just took it out of its cover and unzipped it, and I just wanted to see what brand it was. And I can't remember offhand what brand, but we looked it up, and it turned out to be a $170 pillow. So yeah, if you want a good night's sleep, you need a $170 pillow. The bed was massive. It was probably a king size, but it was extremely comfy, and I so didn't want to get out of bed at 6 in the morning to go to WordCamp, but I did. So from the hotel, we went over to the University of Nebraska. We're at the WordCamp there at Mammal Hall, and beautiful location. A little bit of construction. You know, in the last 3 WordCamps I've gone to, there's been construction at every single one of them. Like Denver's construction was stupid. I had to walk forever with the boxes. By the time I got the table set up, I was dripping sweat. It was nuts. In Kansas City, it was construction on the road, so it wasn't really at the school that we were at. Yeah. But that was also another pretty place. But anyway, my mind's mush. There was construction at the University of Nebraska, which wasn't too bad. It wasn't like shit all over the place. A very pretty campus, beautiful area. I got some pictures of it. I plan on doing a more in-depth video on my experience, and I'll show all kinds of pictures of everything I did there. And I got set up, and there was only us and one other sponsor at the WordCamp, and we were right there at the front door, so everybody had to walk past us. And it was pretty fun. I handed out all of our glow-in-the-dark frisbees. I had quite a few eyeglass cleaners. I don't know if I have any off here, but we had them made with the WordCamp Omaha text on it. And our screen cleaners, I use them for my glasses, work great. So I got some of those, gave out some of those. And then I'm a swag hunter, so I had to go around and see what all the other sponsors left behind. And I have a problem with notebooks, and I brought home a few. And brought home a couple of water bottles. If I can find one. Oh. Hold on. Okay. Brought home some water bottles from WordCamp. I don't know if you can see it because the light is flashing on it, but it has the WordPress logo on the back. There we go. Oh, that's better. Here's WordCamp Omaha 2019. I think it's about a 20-ounce bottle, but I love how it has the pattern on the bottle itself. It's really cool. Then I brought home a bunch of stickers and notebooks. It's these are actually from the WordCamp in 2018, but the organizer had a bunch of them left over, so I just went ahead and snagged some because I have a problem with notebooks. And stickers and more stickers and some stuff. So that's a nice one. Yeah, I like the bottle a lot. So I can't wait to use it. It's a hell of a lot better shape than mine. And yeah, I like it a lot. You got these for free when you were there. And what else? Yeah, we all got lanyards. My lanyard was wrapped around a shirt, and I did get a shirt from it, and it's in my room at the moment. Oh. I think some of this might be from WordCamp Denver, because this is a notebook that I got from WordFence that was in Denver. I love these notebooks. Ton of stickers. Field notebooks that were pretty much graph paper. I'm a big fan of graph paper, especially since I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. So I'll use the graph paper to create floor plans for my stuff in Minecraft, because I'm a bit of a geek like that. So the field notes came in handy, and I brought home a bunch of those for myself and my daughter, so she can have some fun with it too. Anyway. So there wasn't a lot of swag there at Omaha. It was a much smaller camp than some of the ones I've been to. Like Denver was just insane. There were so many people in Denver. Omaha was quite a bit smaller, but we had a lot of good speakers there, like Travis Flance. I like watching his stuff, even though a lot of the stuff that he talks about, I'm like way beyond the skill level for it. But I like how he engages the audience, because a lot of the people that watch his stuff are beginners. And he does a really good job at making everything seem so much easier. So it's really nice to watch him work. So, and this last one, he was talking about if you're doing freelancing for like web development, if you're hosting your own reseller type account, how you would manage your clients using WordPress and stuff like that. So it was quite a good talk, and I like watching his stuff. He used the SiteGround, so I won't hold it against him, but if you ever have a chance to go to WordCamp and Travis Flance is talking, you gotta hit him up. Unfortunately, I was there by myself, so I was only able to go to the one talk, so it was kind of a bummer. There was quite a few there that I really wanted to sit in on, and I had to man the table. That would be my phone. Oh, I'm high demand all the time. So, aside from that, I did go bobbing on Bob the Bridge, which is this 300-foot suspension bridge that connects Omaha to Iowa. And if you stand on a certain spot, you can be in two states at the same time. And when you strike a pose, it's called bobbing. And I went ahead and did the hashtag for that and everything. And Bob clapped at mine. And then my friend, she actually got a reply. I'm going to see if I can find that picture. I don't know if my camera updated since I got... Oh, there it is. Okay, so... what if I... oh, crap. Well, I am doing a blog, so... not a blog, but I am doing a video of it, and I've got all these pictures, so I'm going to see... that's not going to show it. That won't show it. I'm trying to see if I already have it programmed. That way I can just... nope. Nope. What if I add source? Window capture. That is photos from Google. That should be... Not Notepad, not there, not that. That's my email. You guys don't need to read that. Oh, this one? Ah! Ta-da! That was me striking a pose on Bob. And if you hashtag it, it happens on Bob, and people get to see it. So that's me. It's pretty cool. Didn't do. I was gonna go to the after party, but I just wasn't feeling good. My feet were killing me. My back was starting to hurt, and at that point, I get so burned out that I just I don't know. There's times where I'm thinking maybe I should have went. The after party's kind of fun. I've been to one in Kansas City, and we hung out at a brewery, a custom, one of those home brew places. It was really cool. I can't remember the name of it. It's in a blog post I wrote, but yeah, they're pretty fun. Get to sit there and talk to all the sponsors and speakers, and got to meet a lot of really cool people. And this time around, I just wasn't feeling up to it. I was having a long day, and I was just kind of done. So, unfortunately, I won't be at another WordCamp until St. Louis, which is in October 31st is when I fly, which is kind of a bummer because I love Halloween. And it runs November 1st through the 3rd, and I'm going to be there with more people other than myself. It's WordCamp US, and that's like the biggest one. And so the entire WordCamp team for Green Geeks is going. I think. I'm not sure exactly how many of us are going, but quite a few. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm kind of bummed out because I'll miss out on Halloween. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. And I'm kind of bummed out that I'm going to miss the Extra Life live gaming stream, the 24 hours of gaming on that weekend because I'll be in St. Louis. So that's kind of a bummer. This will be the first one that I've missed since 2014. I think I missed 2016, but I can't remember. But yeah, it is what it is. I get paid for it, so yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, that was pretty much Omaha in a nutshell. I really missed a lot of the cool talks that I wanted to sit in on. There was one for podcasting that I wanted to attend. A whole bunch of freelance business ones, which they're kind of cool to sit in on, but at this moment of my life, I'm not really into that kind of stuff. But if you are a freelancer and you want to get into any kind of work, and it doesn't even have to be WordPress related, that's one of the beautiful things about WordCamp, is that, yeah, it's focused on WordPress, but there's a lot of different things there that cover small businesses, freelancers, especially freelancers when you're dealing with clients and stuff like that. So it's worthwhile if you ever get a chance to go to one. Even if you know nothing about WordPress, there's quite a bit there that you can take advantage of, and you can come across cool stuff like this, which is kind of a weird in a way, because like at WordCamp Kansas City and Denver, which were two much larger WordCamps, they didn't have water bottles and big stuff like this. So it's kind of a, I don't know, the smaller camp had the coolest stuff. I don't know how that worked out, but yeah, whatever. So that was my weekend, which is great because after the week I had, it was horrible. I don't know if you watched Friday or Thursday's writer vlog. Last week I had a ton of things happen. Someone stole my debit card information and tapped out half my bank account. And then WriterSanctuary itself got flagged as a dangerous website from Google because a subdomain that I completely forgot about got hacked. Crossing Colorado, my other blog, lost 500% of its traffic thanks to Google's algorithm changes. And when I try to fix it, I can't change the theme, so that got screwed up. And then I'm falling way behind in work for Green Geek, so that got all screwed up. It was like a really, really bad week. It's like one shitstorm after another. So it was nice to be able to get away and kind of forget about work for a little bit, even though I was kind of a working vacation. But it was nice to be able to lay down on the bed at the hotel and just zonk out and just relax. So the issue you had with your WriterSanctuary site, have they been addressed, and is it going to be back to normal, or are you going to have to redo your site? So what happened is the subdomain that I completely forgot about got hacked, and somebody uploaded a payload for malware, and Google caught it, flagged it, and dropped all the traffic going to WriterSanctuary.com completely, even if it was on a subdomain. So anything that's related to your main domain will get flagged. So I went ahead and deleted those files. In fact, I deleted the subdomain completely. It doesn't even exist. Let Google know that. It takes them 2 to 3 business days, well, not business days, but 2 to 3 days to validate your site to make sure that the malware is gone. And since I did that on Thursday, everything was back to normal this morning. So that's kind of a cool thing. But when I look back at Google Analytics to see the traffic that I got for the last couple of days, it's going up and up and up, and I was like, boom, gone. So yeah, being flagged as dangerous really screwed up my traffic for the last couple of days. Hopefully I'll be able to reclaim some of that, but it's kind of a bummer, because when you're trying to build yourself up as a trustworthy brand, and then something like that happens, it's, yeah, bend you over a table. It's really bad. But yeah, Julie, the WordPress or the website's back to normal. So, and right now I'm in the process of moving it from HostGator to Green Geeks, and I'm going to be doing another blog and video about that, because the speed difference between the two is incredible. It's like I moved CrossingColorado.com from HostGator to Green Geeks, and it went from a 15-second load time to 4.2. So yeah, that was worth it for me. So now I'm moving WriterSanctuary and the other websites over to that server. I'm going to get rid of HostGator altogether. It's just been getting worse and worse. I've been with them for 11 years, but the last couple of years, it just seems like it's just getting slower and slower. So, and their solution to my speed problem was to pay more money for their cloud hosting. And I'm like, I'm already giving them $180 a year. No. So I'm moving over. But yeah, the website's back to normal, and I got my money back from being robbed over the weekend, or over the week. PayPal did send my money. They sent me a debit card. This all happened on Monday. They flagged it on Wednesday. It was Wednesday when they were able to reverse the money. They shipped out a new debit card, and it's already in my wallet and working. God, I love PayPal. So I've been with PayPal since 2003, and I've only had to call them twice with issues, and they've been, yeah. I don't know if I would trust any other online banking facility. I'm a big fan of PayPal. Oh, and speaking of which, and I got a picture of it, and I hope it comes out. We were driving past it at 83 miles an hour, but we drove by PayPal's corporate office, and so it's kind of a bit of a geekness to it. It's like, ooh. So that was pretty cool. And they're hiring, so I don't know for what, but they probably don't need a blogger. That's unfortunate, but I'm glad you got it all sorted out. Oh yeah, so am I. It was unfortunate is a understatement. It was horrible. I was stressed out to no end, and it was causing problems with trying to sleep. But so far, 2 of the 4 major things that were causing me stress are fixed. Now I just gotta figure out how to fix the theme problem on Crossing Colorado and get caught up with Green Geeks, which isn't going to take me very long. I'm really good at my job, so I think by the end of the week everything will be smoothed out and we'll be back to normal. Well, as normal as I get anyway. And I'm hoping, like, I really wanted to work on 7, which is my story on Wattpad last week. But with all the things that were going on, as soon as I found out that someone spent $350 at a gas station on my debit card, it wasn't like they just logged in from PayPal. They actually used a real debit card with my PIN number and racked up $350. So, which means my card was scanned by those really cool fancy devices, and I don't know how they got my PIN. Maybe someone was looking over my shoulder or what, but yeah, when I saw that $350 ping on my PayPal account in Illinois, my stomach sank. Like, I needed that money for the weekend. Luckily, I had just enough to get us back there and back, but it was a really, really stressful week. But PayPal's wicked awesome, and they got the money back to me. As soon as it was done pending, it went in. They reversed it immediately, and it just took a day to process the money, and it was back in my account. So, like, woo! I hope they go after them. God, I hate people. How do you spend $350 at a gas station? The only thing I can think is some gas stations will let you use a debit card to buy scratch tickets, lottery. So as long as you're able to use a debit and log in with your PIN, you can buy as many as you want. So I'm wondering if maybe somebody tried to win the Powerball off my bank account. Well, they didn't win the Powerball, but at least they got some of it. Oh, I love coffee. But aside from that, everything is looking good. We're getting back into normal. I get a whole month, 2 months off from doing WordCamps, which I like the money. I like going out and traveling and having and engaging with people, but every time I do a WordCamp, the week before it is really stressful. This one was worse than others because I had so many personal things going on at the same time. But like the week before Kansas City, the week before Denver, I'm in high stress mode. I try to make sure all my writers have work to do. I make sure that everything, try to make sure everything is good and I don't have any issues with my managing my team. And it's just really, really stressful. And I like doing them, but I'm glad that I get 2 months off. I wouldn't mind going to the one in Salt Lake only because I'm originally from Utah and I've got family there, but there's times where I need a break. And last week was the closest I ever came to quitting everything and just going back to writing, because it was just, I say that a lot, I stress out a lot about it. But last week was probably the closest I ever actually came to quitting. I was going to quit YouTube. I was going to quit blogging. I was going to tell them to find a different manager and just go back to writing because it was so much easier. But I knew that after I got a few days off and been able to catch my breath in Omaha that I'd be fine. And I was. By the time I got back, I was feeling way better. And we got a good plan about tackling everything. So I'm pretty excited. So, yeah, the life of a freelance writer isn't always a bed of roses. In fact, in many ways, being a freelancer is far more difficult than actually working a corporate job. You got so many different things going on, so many wheels, and there's nobody over your shoulder watching you work, and you have no accountability. It's easy to get sidetracked, so then you have stuff like last week that happened, all that personal stuff. And while that personal stuff was happening, I had to make sure that my client was well taken care of. And so I'm like split because I want to freak out, but I can't because I'm working for somebody. So it's being a freelancer isn't always working in your pajamas and doing whatever hours you want. It's hard. Probably one of the hardest careers I've ever had. And I've worked for the federal government. I've worked for shady real estate people. I've done all kinds of different things, and it's squirrels. And it's way difficult. Let's see. This is Jonathan. Thanks on your help before I signed up with Text Broker. Doing decent, but having hard time getting past 3 stars. Comma issues. Right on. Sorry, it's my monitor's a little bit far away. I need new glasses, and so it's really hard for me to read. But yeah, comma issues. I had comma issues for a year and a half. And they were trying to break me of doing the serial commas. And being a writer from before that, I did a lot of essays in college are way different than AP style. I don't know if they still are nowadays, but when I went to college in 2001, you had a certain way. It was Oxford style English, which is completely different than AP. And so for the longest time, it was the commas were the biggest thing holding me back. Me too. Somehow I still happen to make my first $100 a week though. Nice. I have severe comma issues for sure. I think all of us do. It's like I said in my blog, like if you read WriterSanctuary from the very beginning, you'll see my struggle with commas. It was the horrible. That and clinical writing is another one that they flagged me on, because I would write way too clinical and stuff, and I didn't really have much of a personality, I guess. But the commas were the worst, for sure. It took me, I think, 8 months to hit 4 stars first, and then I had it for 3 days, and then lost it, and then I had to work for another 6 months before I got my 4 stars, and I've had it ever since. But that first blast, though, yeah. What I was doing was I'd take a notebook and I'd write down all the issues that I had with commas. It was commas and semicolons at the very beginning. I had an issue with those. So I'd write down everything on a notebook, and then I would spend some time in Google researching all those problems. And between the text broker editors telling me what I did wrong and finding some good sites in Google about how to do Oxford style commas, made a big difference. I got my 4 stars and made quite a bit. I do have one direct order customer. Nice. One team seems to love my work. That's all it takes, man. You get on the right team and you're set. I'm on 3 teams. And I don't really do a lot of work on text broker lately because I've been so busy with Green Geeks. But I'm on 3 teams that I can just make bank on because they're so easy. I mean, they're like, we need a 450 word article on pretty much anything that you want, as long as it's relevant to the link to the website they're going to put it on and the single keyword that they use. And so when you have that much free roam, even if they pay you, at first they were paying me 1.3, I think it was 1.39 cents a word, which is a little bit lower than what you get for 4 stars, but they were so easy that you can just crack them out. And when I was doing those, I was making between 25 and 30 bucks an hour. I mean, it was just boom, blowing through them. So you get on the right team and you can start getting a good pace going, you can make quite a bit. Got my 4 stars on 3rd review, but lost it in a week. Yeah, at least you had it for a week. I had mine for 3 days. I got a little excited, I hit 4 stars, worked really hard to get it. I was all excited, blasted on Facebook, told my family, oh yay, I got a raise, kind of, because now I can make more money with 1.4 cents a word. Got full of myself, so excited, hyped myself up, and then 3 days later, text broker dropped the axe on me, and it just, crack. So it sucked a lot of wind out of my sails, but yeah, I got a little full of myself when I hit it the first time. So that's really cool that you got it on your 3rd review. It took me for a long time. Of course, my background was mostly in computers and graphic design, so I didn't really do a lot of actual freelance writing. I wrote a few articles for my own website and for my computer client. I wrote a couple for him, and I'm just kind of playing around with it. I really didn't become serious writing until I started with Text Broker in 2012. And so I had absolutely no clue what I was doing on AP style. None at all. And so it took 8 months for me to get it. And it was a lot of hard work, but it was pretty cool when I hit it. So I think it's awesome that you were able to get it so quick. And you have a direct order client too. That's nice. But yeah, you gotta don't get too full of yourself though. Get some coffee here. But that's all you gotta do is just keep up with the practice and just keep it going. Like I said, I lost it in 3 days. Then 6 months later, I hit it, got 4 stars again, and then I've had it ever since. That was 2012 when I started, so 2013. And then shortly after, about a year, maybe half a year after that, I was able to quit my full-time job at the school district and write full-time. course, when you're only making $8.40 at the school district, it doesn't take much to surpass what you're making. That's what happens when you're a network. I wasn't the network administrator, but I was his henchman, kinda. And school districts out in the middle of nowhere don't pay crap for income, so the writing was a definite bonus. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about WordCamp in St. Louis. I think it'd be fun. I've never been to St. Louis, so. How would you price your direct order price in relation to your star level? Higher than your star level or lower? Oh, my direct order price? Oh yeah, my direct order price right now is stupid much higher. That's because I know my skill, and if you're gonna, I know my value. So if a client wants to hire me, it's going to cost them. I don't have the time really to take away from other stuff unless it's going to be for some good money. Now for me, good money is like, I think mine is set to 2.9 cents a word depending on the client. I have some clients that I have up to almost 4 cents a word, and that depends on how much research that goes into them. So like one of my clients requires quite a bit of research. They want stats, they want links to those stats, and so when I have to take time away to do the research and get those quality links for them to cite back to, then it does slow my writing down, and to offset that time I increase the price. So there's a lot of different factors when you're considering price for a client. The difficulty of the work, how much goes into it, how much of your time you have to spend doing the research, and then your writing. So you want to make sure that you have all your bases covered, because if you start charging clients way too little, then you're shortchanging yourself and you're not making it worthwhile. And there's a lot of clients out there that are going to try to get everything they can out of you for the lowest price possible. That's how business works. But if you demonstrate you have superior skill, you're easy to work with, and you have an awesome customer experience between you and the client, then a lot of them will throw all kinds of money at you. Like I had a client before I started doing grain geeks that like I said, they required quite a bit of work, but they loved my work so much that they didn't mind giving me the 4.7 cents I think I was getting. And this client would also tip me, so because you can get bonuses and tips from clients in Textbooker, and so I'd get a lot of those too because I'm good. They love the stuff. I gave exactly what they wanted. And so there's a lot of things that go into it. But just remember, don't shortchange yourself. Understand that you are a professional. You have your own bills to pay. If somebody wants to try to nickel and dime you to death with very little pay, it's not worth it. Just move on, find somebody else. But if they really do like your work and they want to keep a hold of you, they'll pay for it. So, but you don't want to charge too much. Like if you try going 10 cents a word, they're going to laugh at you. So be realistic with it, but don't charge too little, because a lot of people out there will take advantage of it. I know too many writers who will charge like stupid amounts, like really stupid low stuff, almost like 2-star level type of pay, just so that they can get the job and make some money. And it's you shouldn't do that, because you're not making it worth yourself. It'd be easier, you'd make more money if you just went to the open pool at that point to write. Why worry about a client who's not going to pay you for your time? So yeah, just kind of weigh those things in when you're deciding on how much to charge your client. What I did in the beginning is I'd start at 1.4 cents, and then for every 1,000 articles I completed in Textbooker, I would increase my rate by, I think it was by 0.3 cents. So like after I wrote 1,000 articles and they were all submitted and completed, I would go from 1.4 to 1.7 cents. And that's because the more you write on Textbooker, any other content mill, the more you write, even if you're blogging, the more you write, the better you become, and the more skill you'll be able to the more skillful you are for clients, and a lot of them will pay for it. So that's one thing I did. I just increased it. The more experience I got, the more I was worth. So, but nowadays I know what I'm worth, and yeah, you're paying for it if you want me. So I'm not like stupid high, but if it takes away from my normal job, then yeah. Because I got way too many things going on. So, oh, and I am so hot in this office. Ugh. But yeah. So let's see. It is the end of August. I get September off from WordCamps. I'm hoping to get a lot more done. I want to keep doing live. I like doing live streams. I like answering questions. I love engaging with people. So this is going to be a normal thing every other Monday for now. I just don't know if I have the time to do it every Monday, especially since I also want to get the podcast off. I've got 2 other channels that I want to try getting going on YouTube, and I've got to fix my blogs. So I've got my work cut out for me. And I want to do more charity work, which is why I'm trying to get Colorado Plays back to normal, and or doing stuff. So if you're into gaming, I'll be doing Twitch streams in the near future. Of course, it depends, because I like streaming games, especially hardcore. So I don't know, we'll see. But for now, that's a different channel altogether. Need my coffee. So, anywho, is there anything else I can help you guys with? We're already at 41 minutes. I'm looking forward. I guess I can bring up St. Louis. I'm looking forward to it. I've never been out to St. Louis, and I don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect in Omaha, and I was like completely blown away with how pretty it was. So with St. Louis, I'm probably going to have a negative outlook to it just because it is Halloween and one of the coolest weekends that I would have had. Of course, it could still be a cool weekend because I'm going to WordCamp US. That's the biggest one. So, and my favorite brand, I hope, is going to be there. I love talking about Yoast. I love using Yoast SEO, and they're going to be there at WordCamp. So it's, for me, it's like celebrity status. So I'm definitely going to get some selfies with them. But it was pretty cool. I met the people that designed, or that works with WordFence so far, and Flywheel Local is a pretty cool dealie. So I've met quite a few people at these WordCamps. I'm looking forward to St. Louis. I'm just really bummed out that it's Halloween weekend, and I'll try not to let that skew my my view of St. Louis. So, but I'm a little worried. It's not that I hate flying. I don't mind flying. I can fly until the cows come home. It's the getting through DIA security, traveling the damn train, getting to the I want to say boat docks. Park the planes. Fuck. It's been a long day. But anyway, in DIA you have to get through security, ride the train, then get on the plane. And then you're on these planes that have less space than my office chair. And I get claustrophobic and I can't breathe and I just want to strangle everybody. And then I have some jackhole who's sitting next to me who's trying to use my shoulder as a pillow. And I hate flying for that reason. I don't mind flying, in the air. Woo! That's fine. Like when I went to, when I flew from Denver to or was it Santa Fe? I went from Denver to Santa Fe for another client that I had. This was back when I was doing computer work. There was 4 people on the plane, and that was great. But going to Kansas City was a full boat, and I did watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse the entire flight. So there's that. I suggested through Author Services to have DexBroker include client comments on our profiles that possible clients can see. Do you think that's a good idea? Can you add your poll to get that done? Well, So you're talking about something that's kind of like it is to peoply. Oh yeah. Airports are way too peoply. Planes are too peoply. Fuck, even sometimes shopping is too peoply. But with on TextBroker, like you're talking about like a review type thing, where almost like a testimonials page. That would probably be kind of cool, because then other clients would be able to see that and say, like, John here has a really good rating and this is why they liked him so much. So I think that would be kind of a cool idea. I don't know how much development that would go into their backbone. I know that they're still using their system is still not fully mobile friendly, so I don't know exactly how they have their system set up. As for my pull, my pull's not, I'm not like I've worked closely with some of the managers there, and I've been invited to at least one 5-star team, even though it's only 4 stars. And they used to send me direct work all the time. So, but that was just as a writer. I don't know if I have any influence to help them change their website, but that would be a good idea. Unfortunately, two of the managers that I used to work closely with don't work with the company anymore. So, but yeah, that's awesome. You gotta keep following up on that one. I think that might be a pretty good one, because then they can, especially if clients can put up without being edited. So like if somebody did a really poor job and they got like 1 star from this client, and then why, that would be a big bonus, I think, because there's a lot of writers out there. There's a lot of good writers, but there's a lot of writers out there that shouldn't be writing, and the way they treat clients is horrid, and it gives us a bad name. And so if we could weed those guys out, that'd be great, because then the other people like us who put work and effort into maintaining our client base and try to hone our skills makes us look better. And so it's really, I like the idea. I definitely do. It's like a testimonials type page. And it shouldn't be that hard to put one in. I mean, with WordPress, you just install a plugin. But like I said, I don't know how TextBroker has their website set up, and the way the system works, it's definitely proprietary. So I'm not sure how they would implement that, but yeah, that would be even if it's like a scrolling rating at the top, it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that's a good idea though. And yeah, I would add my pool, but my pool is a bit diminished nowadays. I don't think there's many writers that are at my level with completed jobs. There's probably quite a few, but I've done 5,586 orders in TextBroker. These are all completed. I've only had 3 rejections. 2 of them weren't even my fault. So I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just saying that there's not a lot of writers that have reached that mark yet. So, and I really like how they have the new reward programs. I wish they had it when I first started. But still, I almost want to go back to writing for TextBroker starting January, just to see if I can do the $10,000 in a quarter threshold, because then you get an extra $500. I used to do that on a regular basis, so I'm like, I wonder if I can still do that. But then I'm like, God, that used to take me about 6 hours a day, and then right now I'm working pretty much full time for Green Geeks. So I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but I don't know. It'll almost be worth trying. I think clients looking at our profiles may be looking more at the subjects we give examples of instead of our quality of writing. Reviews would help to build confidence. Oh, exactly. That's why I like, that's one of my biggest things. Is like when you do your writing samples on TextBroker, always redo them every 6 months, because as you're writing and you get better at writing, your skills are definitely going to improve. And so you want to show them the utmost best that you can do. So you go through your writing samples every 6 months and rewrite whole new ones. And this gives the client kind of a basic idea of what you can do. Because what if you have like a bunch of we have 3 blog examples, but what if they want something, want to know if you can do item descriptions on a e-commerce site. Well, you don't have those, so it'd be kind of useful to see if you've done that before. If another client said, "Oh, Jack did great on this," and he went above and beyond, stuff like that. I think, yeah, you're right. I think that would build a lot of confidence in some of the writers, and it would help clients connect better with some of the higher quality writers that are out there. So, if I was doing Green Geek's website, I would definitely find a way to implement it. Maybe I should send him this video. Oh, I shouldn't be drinking coffee this late. So I'm doing coffee right now because I always drink coffee when I'm doing a live stream. And then I'm going to get some sleepy time tea to see if I can knock myself out later. So, because I need to sleep at some point. Sleep is for the weak. Oh, look at that. Okay, it's getting darker. And so my camera is like, I'm like washing out here. Let me see if I can fix that. I even have right light turned on. Let's see if I can, oh, that didn't work. Exposure? No? Auto. There we go. Oh, now it gets darker. Yeah, right about, that looks better. There, I'm not nearly as shiny. Who is Green Gates? Oh, no, it's Green Geeks. Sorry. It's really, I got dentures in recently. And so, like, when I try to say certain words, the back of my throat, it comes out kind of weird. But it's Green Geeks. It's a web hosting company. I am their content marketing team lead. And if you go to michaelbrockbank.com, which is my branded website, you can see kind of what I do for Green Geeks. But it's a it's a web hosting company that has a 300% green energy type thing. Every kilowatt of oh, I had it right. Every kilowatt hour of power that goes into powering their data centers, they send 3 kilowatt hours back out into the grid through renewable sources like solar and wind. So you can say that your website is eco-friendly because you have no idea how much power goes into a data center. It's stupid. Like, a lot of technology nowadays is pretty fine-tuned and getting better at power management, but they still generate a ton of heat, and the air conditioning units just for a single server room is amazingly high. Like, when I worked at the school district, we had 2 air conditioners in our server room, and this is just one stack. There's just one rack of like 3 server cases, and we had 2 air conditioners going 24/7 just to keep those cool. So you can only imagine how much power goes to do something like Yahoo or Google. And I gotta find the numbers for it because the website might work, but the web hosting industry is just as responsible for the emissions that are produced, greenhouse gas emissions, as the airline industry. That's how much power goes into data centers. And so part of Green Geek's whole thing is to make it better. So, and I like them because our servers are stupid fast. Like I said, when I moved crossing Colorado, it went from 15-second load time to 4. So, and that was without tweaking anything. That's just raw power. So I'm like, God, I can't wait till I mess around with it because it's going to be wicked fast. Oh, but yeah, that's the company I work for. Kind of not really an employee. I'm still kind of freelancing, but I'm their content marketing team lead. And so it's a good job. I like it. Have a team of writers, and we do a lot of WordPress tutorials. I do a lot of blogs, mostly for small business and marketing. And WordCamp, obviously, we've done a lot of WordCamp posts recently. But the WordPress tutorials, do a lot of those. So, in fact, that's how I first started, is that they hired me to do WordPress tutorials. And then 2 years later, they went ahead and promoted me to being the marketing team lead. So that's why I don't get a lot of time in Textbooker anymore, because I'm doing a lot of work for them. And so I don't get to jump on content mills nearly as often as I like. I think last time I did one was about oh, it's been a while. It's been a few months. And I only did it because I forgot that I still had $20 in my text broker account that I haven't claimed yet, and it was like sitting there for a year. So I went ahead and did an article just so I can get paid out and add a little bit more to it. I do log into my text broker account once in a while to make sure I don't have any direct orders, because I did have a lot of direct order clients when I left. So I want to make sure that they're still taken care of and make sure nobody else needs anything. So I still log in once in a while. That's why I found out that now I can see how much money you've made, and I've made tens of thousands of dollars in text broker. It's awesome. Oh, I wrote an article on green energy. Nice. Green energy power generation capacity in U.S. is matching capacity of coal power generation. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll do one on the U.K. is doing an amazing job with power. In fact, a couple months ago, they did a test run where they did 2 weeks of nothing but renewable energy. And it worked great. And then Amsterdam is moving towards outlawing fossil fuel based cars by 2030, and there's a lot of goodness going on. And I think it's funny that everybody was so worried about these coal jobs coming back, but no, we're beyond that. Problem with stuff like that, though, is that demand will dictate innovation. There was a demand for pocket phones, pocket computers that can be used as phones. Thus, the iPhone and Samsung's will keep advancing because there's such a high demand for it. Now that there's getting more of a demand for solar and wind, they're going to start getting better and better. So, I don't know. It's a crazy world we live in. Wow, we went from, oh, it's because we're talking about green geeks. It's like, how the hell did we get on renewable energy? Freelance writing and renewable energy goes hand in hand. Yeah, that's I did quite a few articles in Text Broker surrounding green energy, so that was pretty fun. And right now I've got a writer that does a lot of green blogs. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is we produce them, and he finds some awesome facts, and so it's great to sit there and watch it. I am kind of distraught about the Amazon rainforest going up in flames, but wish there was more we could do for that. Well, that's what happens when farmers need land. But yeah, he does. He finds a whole bunch of good stuff. Like, so I found out about Colgate was looking into redoing how their toothpaste tubes work, because right now you can't recycle them. So I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Any keyword research programs I like? Oh yeah, I do. If you use Google Chrome, I am a big fan of keywords everywhere, and that's because, like, if you install the Chrome extension for keywords everywhere, and you go to Google and you type in any search term, it'll show you the volume of the most recent rating for its volume from, and this is taken directly from AdWords. So it'll show you the search volume of that word, the cost per click average, and it'll give you a ton of relevant words at the same time. I wonder if I can just show you, if I can get to Google here, and then I can share my screen and just show you. Plunk. All right. So, like, if I was to put in, say we want to do solar panels, can you see right here where it says you got 450,000 per month, and then a $2.64 CPC. So that has high search volume. 590 a month for solar panels in Colorado. Nice. So, like, let's say we'll do solar panels in Colorado. So we click that, just like we're doing a normal search. Keywords everywhere will fill in this information here, and then you have all of the related keywords on the right. People also search for. So you can get all kinds of ideas, especially this is great if you're into blogging. And like solar panels, Colorado Springs is only 170. That's not bad, I guess. Solar providers near me, that's going to be freaking high anyway. That's just not Colorado, that's everywhere. But yeah, you can type in pretty much anything. chicken recipes. So you got 823,000 per month. That's nice. And with the higher the cost per click, this is how much that it will cost someone who's using AdWords. So like if you wanted to pay for an ad using easy chicken recipes for dinner with few ingredients, if that was your focus keyword, that's how much it would cost you on average if someone was to click it. So from a writer's perspective, and if you're using AdSense on your website, going after words that have a high cost per click, oh, that was an email, will give you a better chance to making more money through things like AdSense. But that's also a variable because there's all kinds of things that go into AdSense. And I'm going to be doing a video about AdSense in the near future because it's not the get rich quick scheme as a lot of people might think. But yeah, you get people also search for it, so you get this whole list. Now before, when you did something like that, you got the related search results in Google down here at the bottom. So you get a handful. But with keywords everywhere, yeah, it gives you a big long list. And another one that I like to use is LSI Graph. It works similar to Keywords Everywhere, except for that you can use it on any browser. It's not just a Chrome extension. So like if you go to lsigraph.com and you put in a word, in fact, I might as well just show you. So let's say we want to go to LSI Graph. So then we put in our search word. We'll say, let's do WordPress. I am not a robot. And we click generate. And it does something similar. Oh, they added some cool stuff to it. See, this is the free version, so I'm not going to be able to see any of the cool stuff that goes with it. But it does show you that, like with WordPress, similar keywords would be Yoast SEO, WordPress SEO, plugin reviews, blogs, stuff like that. And I think the last one I could show you would be Answer the Public. It's another one of my favorites. Can you recommend a platform that is better than AdSense and the Amazon affiliate program? Yes, give me just a second, Ron. I just want to show Answer the Public real quick. Answer the Public I found when it first came out a long time ago. So what you do is you put in, let's say we want to do fitness. We hit get questions. Now Answer the Public will give you more than just keywords. It'll actually show you questions that people are actually asking on search engines like Google and Bing. So scroll down here, we got fitness, the 194 questions. So you got how fitness trackers work, where is fitness culture, where is fitness blender located. So you get all of these different questions, and this is what people are asking right now. Then you can scroll down and got fitness that start with prepositions. So like, or with prepositions in them. So like fitness is my sickness, fitness without boundaries, fitness with friends. So you get all this other good stuff. So if I was to click on, where did that other one go? Lost it. Okay, let's say fitness near me. If I click on that, it'll actually pull up Google, and then from there you can see the search volume, especially if you use keywords everywhere with it. So there's all kinds of cool ways that you can get some awesome keywords. Fitness 100 comparisons, alphabetical lists. You see, like here's another instance of where keywords everywhere rocks. Okay, so fitness alphabeticals. This information here is from Keywords Everywhere. So even though it's not technically a search field, Keywords Everywhere will still pull up all the data regarding each one of these keywords. So it's pretty fun. It's awesome. I like this website. This website, Answer the Public, has given me all kinds of awesome ideas for blogging and for client work. I've done Answer the Public a lot, especially when I was doing Tax Broker. And so it gave me great ideas for some of the client work that I was doing, but it's awesome. You gotta check it out. So for Ron Kincaid, better than AdSense. Oh, I would say if you can get some good traffic, affiliate banners, affiliate links work great if you can target the specific audience for it. And I had one blog a long time ago that was focused purely on tablets when they first came out. Everybody was into the 7-inch tablet. And so I was doing reviews on tablets and showing people cheaper versions of where instead of spending $400 for a 7-inch Samsung, they can spend $100 and something on a cheaper brand from China. And that one actually made quite a bit of money in the affiliates. And I got the affiliates from CJ.com, Mission Junction. And so trying to find something to replace AdSense is going to be really up to what you're trying to do on your blog. I haven't really put much into it, only because I make enough money from Green Geeks that I really haven't really needed to monetize the blogs. And the blogs bring in a little bit of money, but not nearly as much as I make per day. So from my experiences from other websites, though, definitely affiliate links from cj.com, shareasale.com is a good one. But yeah, don't focus purely on AdSense. You're just not going to make enough. It takes thousands and thousands of visitors to break any kind of serious money. Like if you want $1,000 a month for your blog to make $1,000 a month, it's going to depend on your niche, because every niche pays differently, and whether or not people are going to click or even see the ad, because then you have ad blockers to contend with. But based on averages, Crossing Colorado, my health and fitness blog, can bring in $1,000 a month if more than 458,000 people visit the site. That's because AdSense pays to 1/1000th of a cent per visitor. So you really don't make bank on AdSense. Don't try to put all your eggs in that basket, because it's just not going to work. Thanks, that's helpful. I like long stem keywords. Oh yeah, long tail keywords. That they do great on certain things. And Answer the Public, Keywords Everywhere, Ahrefs, but Ahrefs doesn't have a free version that you can use, but it does a really good job at helping you find awesome keywords too. I get access to Ahrefs through Green Geeks, so I can use it for their work. But if you get a chance to use it yourself, it might be worth it if you're serious into blogging, or if you're serious into writing for clients and producing SEO optimized stuff. SEO stuff. Can't really say SEO optimized because search engine optimization. That'd be like saying search engine optimization. Anyway, but if you're promoting that you write SEO stuff for your clients, Ahrefs might be a good one to do. Start off though with stuff like Answer the Public, Keywords Everywhere, LSI Graph, and I think I might have another one here for you. I use BuzzSumo, but that's not really a keyword search. I think that might be it. Just those three. Ahrefs. Yeah. I'm the type of person that thinks if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. And Answer the Public and the three tools that I use do great. And I did do a video recently, or not recently. I did a video last year about where to get blog ideas. Now there's a ton of those out there that I like, and you might want to check that video out, and I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but it's one of my earlier ones from last year, and I break down, I think it's 10 places to get ideas for blog posts, and Answer the Public's in there, and God, there's a few others. Some of them were kind of fun. There was a couple that were kind of, don't know if I really want to use it type of thing. Way too random. Oh, there was one that was like completely grammatically incorrect. Important was grammatically incorrect, and it was saying fitnesses, and it threw me off. So, but as for Adsense Alternatives, there is one that I tried to use, but it didn't work nearly as well. I didn't like it, so I removed it. Selling your own stuff is a good way to make money on a blog if you have digital products, like an ebook, or if you offer something like I'm trying to help my dad set up. He wants to teach art classes from his website, and so I want to be setting that up. So there's another way to make money on it. If you are an expert in your field on anything, and I'm thinking about doing webinars on freelance writing, that's another way you can make money from the blog. AdSense is good as a cushion. It brings in a little bit, but it's just not really worthwhile. And well, I wouldn't say worthwhile. It's just not something that you can replace a full-time income with, unless you have mad amounts of traffic. And it takes a long time to get that much traffic, depending on your niche, because some niche will take off. Like gaming channels on YouTube take off pretty quick, but stuff like WriterSanctuary, where there's just not the search volume. So I'm never going to be in YouTube Rewind, but it's because it all depends on the niche, what people want to watch and read, especially with the blog. And so if you don't have the traffic, you're not really going to make a lot of money. And so that's where you got to kind of be a little bit, not necessarily creative, but find different ways to make money on a website. Like webinars is a good one. There's a couple others. Selling your own products, e-commerce of some kind. I know a lot of people that are quite successful at drop shipping. I don't like drop shipping because if the company you're getting products from for drop shipping runs out and you don't change your inventory, then you're screwed and you have to contact the customer and deal with that mess. So that's why I don't like drop shipping, but I know a lot of people that make bank on it. I know a lot of people that sell shirts and stuff from like Teespring. There's another good one. You can connect your Teesprings to your blogs. That's where you design shirts and coffee cups and stuff like that. There's like 5 or 6 different shirt ones that are really good. What's another one? Another way that for residual income. If you're starting your blog though, definitely AdSense, and I would definitely put in affiliates. Try to do some good affiliate marketing. Now, the hard thing with affiliate marketing though is that you have to laser focus your audience for specific items. So it's a little bit harder. Like with Google AdSense, Google will deliver ads based on someone's search criteria or on the content of your blog. Now with an affiliate link, it's always the same thing, and so there's no fine-tuning it for a specific person. You can still make money on it. There's a lot of people that make bank, but in some ways it's kind of more difficult. That was my coffee. Oh, and I got a little chirp on my phone here. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, anyway. But yeah, in the near future, I'm going to be doing more work on some things you can do to websites or your blog to make a little bit more money. I'm going beyond AdSense. In fact, I'm going to be doing some myself, and I'll show you how I set those up. And I've got some other ideas coming out. I've been playing around with some content mill stuff and some writing websites that'll pay you to write, even if you're not in the United States. And so, because there's a lot of people out there that can't use TextBroker because they're not in the US or anywhere in the UK or Europe for that matter. And so thought I'd go ahead and do a couple of those and see if there's any way that I can help somebody from somewhere like Brazil make money online. So then I found a couple of those, so I'll be playing around with that in the near future. And I think that's about it for today. It's already 8:13. My coffee's gone. I'm hot as hell and I'm tired. So I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. And I would like to thank you guys for watching. Assured Capital Funding LLC, Jonathan, Ron Kincaid, thank you for watching. Samantha, Julie, and everybody else who stopped us by. I'm just hot, tired, and it's season 18 of Diablo, and I want to get my stuff. Yeah, actually, I'm going to go make some coffee, or not coffee. I'm going to go make some tea and see if I can put myself out. Like, I think I got 5 hours of sleep last night and 4 hours sleep the night before. God, that was such a comfortable bed though. I didn't want to get up. Those beds are nice. Anyway, so I'm going to call it the night, and I hope to see you guys in 2 weeks when I do another live stream. I will be doing some videos this week, so keep an eye out for that. And oh, one thing I did want to bring up for to Ron is the Amazon affiliate program. Now, I did sign up for that, but if you don't make a sale inside 90 days, they close your account. So you have to redo the whole thing all over again. And what I was going to do is have my friend buy something off my website just to keep my account open for it with Amazon, but I completely forgot. So that's one thing I don't like about the Amazon affiliate program, is that if you're not making sales, you're not going to be able to keep your account open, and your sales are going to be relevant to your traffic. So unless you're bringing in, and this is off of Crossing Colorado at its prime, so that's bringing in 250 to 300 people a day. Not a single person was buying anything. So it all depends greatly on what you're trying to sell, what your content's related to, and how well you market it. So there's a lot of different things that go into it, and we're going to be diving into that this year. So in fact, I want to build the green blog website from start to finish, and then we're going to step by step go through every single thing that we're going to do. So it's going to be kind of fun. But yeah, the Amazon affiliate program, Ron, it really bums me out. It's like, it's kind of easy to get started, but the whole 90-day threshold thing was just crap. That's why I like ShareASale. ShareASale.com is kind of like the Amazon affiliate program, but with fewer items. But with ShareASale, there is no threshold. So you can have your account open for 5 years without making a single sale. They're not going to shut you down. So if you want to do affiliates, that's a good one to start with, because you don't have to worry about traffic. Just try to sell stuff. But anyway, thanks for your help, live and not live. You are very much welcome, Jonathan, and I'm hoping to keep up the trend. That's what I'm here for. I like to help people. So I'm going to call it a night. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.